breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, good morning, everybody. We are live, back at it. Reset. How are you doing? That didn't come out quite right. Computer's running a little slow today. It always is slow on a Monday. We all slow on a Monday. So what is cooking? Got a little bit of weather to talk about. Kind of a slow weather week for the South and the East. I know most people watch are in either the Upper Gulf or East Coast. But we'll talk about it. See what's brewing out there. There's some signs we could have some strong storms coming across the middle part of the U.S. here. We'll get into all that here in a little bit as we say hey to Louie. What's up, Mr. Bill? So we're coming to you live from Oldsmar, Florida. This is our Daily Brew, brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Louie, you say ABC. Louie, about 2 minutes before I went live, he put his paws up on me. It's like he is trained. He knows when we're going live. Like every day, he puts his paws up on the chair and he just is like, Daddy, pick me up. I know it's time. So big thanks to ABC for picking up 5 years of sponsorship. We've been going live here on Mike's Weather page now for 20 years. Our page is 20 years old. Live since 2018 when video became, or was it 16? 16 we've been live. So we're almost 10 years going live, Shelly. That's incredible. But Mike's Weather page is 20 years old. Just an armchair mediaologist. Nothing more, nothing less. Good morning, Shelly. Bob, what's up, buddy? I haven't had coffee in a year. Why is that? No caffeine. Tammy, good morning. Rachel Fowler, good morning. We had a good weekend. It was. Took the golf cart out last night. It was nice and cool out. Family getaway. It's always nice when Emily is home to hang out with the rest of us. As anybody with teenagers know, right? What's up, Mr. James? Yeah, it was a good week of ball last week. We got a couple games this week. Only 4 more left. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. The time flies. Emily having a great year so far. Good morning, Miss Katie. Loretta Reed, good morning. Rosie Crump, good morning. Your grandson caught a ball. How about that? Emily played right field for years and never got anything. I mean, I don't care. My opinion is when kids are playing 6, 7, 8 years old and they're like, oh, it's a good experience for them to be in the outfield. No, it's not. That's the coaches talking because their kids are playing the infield. Every kid should experience the agony of playing the outfield at an early age because you know what? Nothing gets hit out there. Now, listen, the older the kids get, they get hit. That's the most important position on the field, the outfield. But, man, it's punishment because nobody hits the ball. So they should rotate them. Spread the love. Stephen, you might have some storms coming your way there. Stephen Best. Teresa bringing the coffee. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Miss Lori Rye, good morning. Oh, good for you, Bob. I'm trying to slow down on that, buddy. I actually rode my bike today. What are you doing? You're falling asleep, Louie. McKenzie trying to host a family event for military families. How about that? Panama City. God, I wish I was up there. When is it, McKenzie? I'll be up there the end of May. I'd love to help out. Good friend of mine, Mark Sheldon, is the mayor of Panama City Beach. He might be able to hook you up with some local EOC people. They all kind of follow me. Josh Prime, good morning, Pete. All right, let's talk about it. 4 years old, oh my God. End of May. Oh my God, well, reach out. Mike's Weather Page at gmail.com. We're there from Tuesday to the 1st. I'd love to help you. I can't devote a lot of time, but I could help come by and say hey to everybody. At least come by and hang out. Cool. All right, let's talk about the weather. What do you think, Louie? We'll leave Louie up a little bit. Okay, cool. Oh, you already sent me one? Well, that means Phil has to get it. Send another one because we get so many emails. It's incredible. Here's current radar while we say hello some more. Very little action going on. We got a low pressure area. You know what they call that? A deep cyclone. They do. I promise you. The Storm Prediction Center, we have a deep cyclone over the plains today and tomorrow. A lot of storms out there. A deep cyclone. It's true. All the TikTokers get so mad at me. They're like, there's no such thing as a cyclone over land. Well, it's not a tropical cyclone. Judy, I fell asleep in plenty of classes in high school. It's a land cane. What's up, Mr. Will Parker? There you go, Bob. That's smart. I wish all of them do that. So that's current radar. Storms coming up today. We're going to talk about that. A little bit of storms here later tonight. Let's talk about that. A couple things real quick. So, as you know, I post everything. We went to the Rays on Saturday. Sarah had the most amazing birthday. Thank you, everybody, for the wishes. That was her and Emily, well, mainly Emily. They made a sign that said, it's my birthday, and she got on the front row there. And Richie, I think is his name, the new right fielder, promised a ball, and he came out the next inning, brought her a ball. And she was on TV. My dad was like, oh, my God, that's Sarah. They zoomed right in on her. And then our good friend Allison that works in the marketing department knew that it was her birthday, and they found her, and they brought her a little gift bag with a hat and some other stuff. So thank you, Tampa Bay Rays, for making Sarah probably her best birthday ever. She had so much fun. The weather was great. We tailgated. She sang. It was a great day. So thank you, Rays. A couple other things. Thank you for the support on our Hurricane Hair shirt. Julie's working on them today. She's off, and she is mailing them. So you should get them soon. We're doing our Friday merch drops. We got a few sizes left. But thank you, everybody, for that. They're mailing probably today, tomorrow, the latest. And let's talk about heat. It is going to be a hot one today. 90s, hundreds in Texas. 90s scattered throughout Florida. 90s in the Carolinas today. That's why we're going to have some storms later today in Virginia. Look, it's going to be 89 around Richmond. Even north of Richmond, it's going to be in the upper 80s. 90s in North Carolina, 80s across Tennessee, 80s in Kentucky, 80s in Indiana, 80s in Illinois. Where does he come from? Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska. Everybody's in the 80s today. Like, just came out of nowhere, man. Somebody turned on the heat. Crazy. So those are your high temperatures today, Louis. I don't think you're too excited about that. It was cool this morning, though. Like I said, Bob, I took a bike ride. Brew Crew, hold off on the shirt. I'm trying to get the discount applied to that square shop, too. So, but anyway, so there's your 90s. Let's talk about the severe weather coming. Well, here's the next 3 days. It's also above me. That's the next 2 days. Actually, it's 3 days. No, it's 2 days. Monday to Wednesday morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, next 2 days. And that's Hunter in the background. He's breathing a little heavy. I think his allergies are kicking in, so I didn't want to get him worked up too much. Hey. Definitely the pollen. So here's the weather in a nutshell. The next couple days to Wednesday. Look at this high pressure locked in over here. This is going to keep everything flowing that way and kind of block our weather here in the southeast. So that pattern that we've been seeing every 7 days, it seems like storms. We actually have a break. We're not into that weekly pattern. A sign of summer. The fronts are slowing down. Also means less wind shear starting to develop down in that Caribbean, and already seeing people talking about preseason development before the official start date of June. Not unheard of, not uncommon, very, very possible. The waters are warm. Doesn't mean anything, but you know, when we get leftover fronts, sometimes we're starting to see signs of troughs coming through the Caribbean. They can spawn a little something. So that's the weather pattern the next couple days. This is a cool map. I'm going to hopefully leave on. It's a winter map, but I love it. It's a low pressure map that kind of just shows where the ensembles. It's on the web page, Mike's weather page, obviously. I'm going to lose the winter maps May 1st. What's up, RE Riggs? Yeah, it's going to be classic tornadoes today and tomorrow. Tomorrow especially. Bill, hello from Cabo. How about that? 90 in Charleston. What's up with that? Watts, right? Belinda from Pensacola. Good morning. So anyway, here's that map. I'm going to leave this map on for a while. I love it. It's called Low Tracks and Clusters. And it's an anomaly map. It shows you all the different thinkings of where the low is going to set up. Now, this is kind of important when we have systems down here. It tracks low pressures, which produce weather in winter and stuff like that. But what's cool about it is it gives you the anomaly or the average ensemble mean of the low pressure. And we're looking at a 988 here tomorrow. So as we say, anytime you break that 1,000, today, somewhere around 1,002 millibar. But as we get into tomorrow, it might drop down to 988, and that's a deep cyclone. Just what they say. It's a deep, everybody say it, deep cyclone. Nick, 48 Buffalo. Sherry Brown, what's up, Miss Kentucky? Good morning, Rocco. Thought I saw a Roscoe on there for a second. Roscoe Pico train. All right, so there's your low pressure. All right, so here's Storm Prediction Center maps. Today, let's see, the fresh one. Let me refresh. They come out at 9. Ooh, they expanded. It's a teeny weeny little bit. Teeny weeny. That's your Storm Prediction Center outlook. We get a fresh one every day, 9 o'clock Eastern. When we have a time change, it'll be back to 8 o'clock Eastern. But right now, it's 9 o'clock Eastern, so I have to wait until 9 o'clock to refresh. But there's your storm cluster. Tornadoes not very likely here. I don't believe they have it highlighted. We'll see, but it's mainly straight line winds and storms across the mid-Atlantic later today, this evening. Here's your storm map for later today, though. We're watching for sure. Let's see what the tornado outlook looks like. Let me refresh it. Nope. Oh, got a hatched area now. That's fresh. That wasn't there earlier. hatched areas aren't good. There's nothing on the East Coast. So that Storm Prediction Center color for the East Coast today is just a line of storms. I kind of showed it earlier. It's going to be a Boeing line, not Boeing airplane, a Boeing line of storms that's going to be coming in towards the southeast. It's going to be coming in later. But we got a hatched area. That's new. Hatched areas are areas where conditions could have a EF2 or greater. Pretty significant today. Surprised they didn't have that up earlier. Why would they wait till now? I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Hatched area tornadoes today. Hail's going to be a big issue today. Large area hail. Hatched area hail today, 2 inches or plus. So regardless of a tornado, you're going to have strong winds with these thunderstorms, supercells. And you're also, because the supercells, almost said supercells. Supercells are so tall, cold air aloft, that rains bounce around. Bigger the thunderstorm, bigger the hail. So we got 2-inch hail possibilities in that hatched area. Now tomorrow spreads just a little bit more to the east. Good morning, Miss Bobby. Shorts, Josh. Hey, wait till I tease what's coming Friday. I found a place to do some hats with my one color donkey. Hopefully $19 shipped with a sticker. That's a good price. $19. Includes shipping. Shipping's so much. So that'll be this Friday's special, if I get them in time. They might get here Monday. I ordered 50 of them. All right, so tomorrow's weather, you can kind of see the flow of this thing both days because of the nature here. Look at this. You can tell there's a low here because everything's just kind of wrapping around this thing. But there's our area tomorrow to watch. Here's a hatched area tomorrow to watch. So we got 2 hatched areas, one today, one tomorrow. This is getting up there kind of close to Illinois, areas that don't normally get these storms. So it'll be interesting. This thing's a little farther north. So we'll be watching that. Iowa, Missouri. Anybody in that brown area could technically have a tornado watch. All right, and then what happens? Hail tomorrow. Lots of hail tomorrow. Hail. All right, and then on Wednesday, it expands even farther. It's a slow-moving system. High pressure, locked in. Blocking like a force field, just keeping everything just kind of going that direction. So there's your storms on Wednesday. A little bit more to Indiana and Ohio. They've had a lot of storms this season. Holy cow. Everybody that chimes in from Ohio said they've had a really stormy season. Because of this, we've had a low jet stream coming in, bringing storms here. We've kind of had a block here, and then we had the polar jet stream to the north, kind of bringing storms a little bit more to the north than normal. And anyway, that's Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we got a little spot starting to come back up and show up again. So there's Thursday. There you go. The rain today. Let's start radar today. Let's just get that going. Show everybody in Carolinas and Virginia what they can expect. Here, let's zoom right in on Virginia. This is for later today. Not Oklahoma. Sorry. Virginia. Here's your radar today, and as you'll see, somewhere around 5 o'clock, got a few little cells popping here about 4 or 5 o'clock, and there's your bigger ones in the evening. So things will start showing up on the radar about 3 o'clock here, and there's 6 o'clock Eastern. Might be another little line popping in here about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, rock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And they could extend into midnight. This is about midnight. So there's your storms today. Mainly winds and supercells today. But that's at least being highlighted on the Storm Prediction Center map that is right here. So that's later today on that. For the week, let's go to Tropical Tidbits. I got some hurricane stuff to talk about because I knew we didn't have a lot to talk about. Here's Tropical Tidbits. I knew we didn't have a lot of stuff to talk about weather-wise today, but we're going to talk about hurricanes here in a little bit. Billy K, what's up, my man? You got a little... No, I don't know if the storm's going to make it to you today. It's hot today, Billy. Fred. Might hit upper 80s. Are we out of tanks, Rachel? Yes, I'll get more in. Or whatever, yeah. We're working on a discount code on Square because it's different than spring. Oh, my boy. Hey, Dusty says, hey, Mr. Fred. We're all connected. My man, Dusty. What's up, Mr. Eric? Hey, the Rays, man, they came back yesterday, hit some home runs. We got Eflin starting tonight. We're slowly doing all right, I guess. They gave up on Saturday when we were there, but we still had a good day. Sue Thomas, good morning. Yeah. Dad Man Walking says it right. Stuck in the outfield. I made a meme one time. It said, 12U softball team looking for 5 girls. 6 coaches' daughters are locked in, basically. We have 6 coaches, all have daughters on the team or something. I don't know. It was funny. Like, hey, we just need fillers so our daughters can play. Oh, what a fun ride it was. My buddy Dennis Phillips is going through it now with his daughter, Ryan. It is fun. Oh, man, anyway. Hey, what's up? Jamaican. How about that, Keisha? How are you doing? You know what? They're starting to see some waves coming your way. There's a really healthy tropical wave that might be making it your way. Maybe making it your way. I don't know. We'll see if it makes it that far. This is tomorrow. There's a trough line that's might be pushing this way. So some of this stuff's going to start inching your way eventually. I have a feeling, though, Keisha, unfortunately, anybody in the Caribbean, hey, listen, I met a gentleman that lives in the Caribbean in the Lesser Antilles at the Rays. He recognized me. I couldn't believe it. But we were talking about the hurricane season. And unfortunately, this area here could definitely see more action because of a potential of long track storms that we haven't seen in a while and no wind shear coming across. So definitely might be a little more action here for our friends in the islands and Puerto Rico and Hispaniola and Jamaica and the Caymans and Belize and all the areas there. We have followers. All right, for the week, though, I thought we were going to... All right, so I teased last week there might have been end-of-the-week storms, but the Euro was the outlier. Guess what? Majority wins. Now it's not showing it. So through the week here, there's this deep cyclone. Before I forget, let me go to the Storm Prediction Center. I might just do a fun one today on TikTok and get everybody mad at me because I love it when they get mad. People get so mad. I have real meteorologists saying, don't use that word. But if I can zoom in on this right here. Do you see the word right there? Do you see it? A cyclone is a low pressure area. A large closed upper cyclone. And man, I get so many people mad. Like, listen here, non-meteorologist. Listen here, guy who claims to not listen to him and don't take any advice. Don't use that word. Hey, funny story. Look at this. So, Julie broke the news to Sarah today. These are mint Hershey Kisses, right? We only got 4 left. Now, this is leftover from Christmas. Sarah eats one every day. That's her little sneaky way. She kind of sneaks over there and she kind of looks around and she puts it in her hand and she walks away and we laugh. And we broke the news today. There's only 4 more of these left. So I think this is going to be our official tracker of when we're entering hurricane season, when we run out of Hershey Mint Kisses. Oh, my goodness. Hello, good morning. All right. So anyway, we were looking at end of the week storms, and guess what? There's that cyclone moving up. There's your storms today and tomorrow. We just covered that. Look at that. It's a big old low pressure area. See that? Look at that. Pulls north. Here is Thursday morning. Now see, nothing going on. Little spitter spatter, maybe Thursday, maybe not. Here's that next line that looked like maybe something, but guess what? That high pressure winds, and look, it just kind of fizzles out. Here's Friday morning. I don't know, nothing organized yet, really, to talk about. I mean, there's a little frontal line. It'll be but, you know, that's Saturday night, maybe something here. But that's a long way out. The point of the matter is we were looking at end of the week something, and it looks like the end of the week something we were looking at, it's kind of fizzled out. So at least through Saturday morning, things are pretty confident. There's nothing organized coming. The GFS, similar. Here's the Tropical Tidbits GFS. There's that line into the week, Friday night. Maybe little clusters here and there. Maybe here's Sunday morning. So really the only thing starting to really show up now is later in the weekend. Here's back to the Euro. Maybe like Sunday. Here's Sunday. Monday. Here's Sunday night. This is starting to show up a little bit. The GFS and Euro Sunday night. Canadian Sunday night. So Icon doesn't go out that far. I don't think. Oh, it does actually. Here is Sunday night. So the end of the week front here. Here's Friday night. You know, it kind of fizzles out. Now I think it's just at high pressure. So this little bubble here is going to remain through the week and maybe through Saturday. Sunday we could see a little bit of something trying to pop here, making its way down. Here's Sunday night. So maybe Sunday morning. Let's see. There's Sunday morning coming down. There's a GFS Sunday morning. And the Canadian. So that could be our next thing to watch. As far as any rains or storms. But I don't think there's any discussion about anything severe. Let's see. No, nothing. So yeah, pretty quiet. I mean, look at some outlook for rain. Here's your 5-day rain map. This is rains through Saturday morning. I mean, that is about a Zippo, right? Remember, anything green is like, light green is 0.01. That's like one little raindrop on your head. Like that raindrops are falling on your head. Just like 2 raindrops falling on your head. I made a lot of song references today. It's Chris Stapleton's birthday, and I'm older than him. I don't like it. Talladega Sunday. Tyler, oh God, don't say that, Tyler. Oh, I forgot about Dega. I'm not going. Hey, the only good thing so far, I don't see severe storms. Hey, I see somebody using Katie with. I look at Katie with the avocado. I love it. What's up, Jason? It's good to see you. Transmission rocking. I am going to Goodyear. Bob says cruise ship Wi-Fi. Well, if you get the key, Royal Caribbean key is great because it includes the Wi-Fi package. But anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Well, this is a first. I have to backtrack and look at what I was looking at. Oh, Jason, I was talking about Goodyear. So I got an exhaust leak that I think happened from all my saltwater adventures, right? So on the right side, somewhere one of the pipes has got a leak, and I've used putty in the past. It works. So I'm gonna get my oil change in my truck because I got some water last week, and anytime I go storm chasing and take any water, I'm getting an oil change in case I had any water ingested in the oil tank. I don't know how I would make it back through there, but anyway, I'm gonna have them putty the hole because it's a little annoying, the vibration. And I took the girls to the Rays game this weekend, and Emily must have said it. If she didn't say it 100 times, I'm like, don't say it again. Why is his truck so loud? Oh my God, what is that? Jeez. So we're gonna get the thing fixed. Yeah, Talladega needs lights. That'd be a lot of lights, Mikey. Mikey, I'm heading down. Weren't Mikey, you were trying to hook up with gas during Ian. I'm heading down there. Man, I got a new events thing. Look at what Julie printed up for me. These are all my events coming up. So this Saturday, I am up in Perry, Florida for their EOC Day. A lot of Hurricane Idalia discussion. Next Tuesday, I was invited to the Florida Division of Emergency Management Summit with all meteorology panel. And somehow I got an extra seat, so I got it. But all the meteorologists in the state of Florida, TV, professionals, National Weather Service, everybody's going to be there. All the local TV Mets, National Hurricane Center folks, National Weather Service. So pretty cool. Next Saturday is the Oldsmar Expo, 427. We're giving away a Furman generator at that expo, Oldsmar Expo. Furman is donating a generator. Again, that's your second year donating a generator at Oldsmar. May the 1st, I'm doing something with history of Oldsmar. Doing the something with City of Dunedin on 5/9. I don't even know what the heck that is. Something I'm doing. Palm Harbor Expo is 5/11. May 11th, Palm Harbor. 5/13 is a teams meeting. I think with United Way. I believe we're doing a thing. Governor's Hurricane Conference is May 14th and 15th, so I'll be hanging out with Furman at that. We got a booth, so stop by and say hey. Also, my buddy Greg, hopefully he'll be there. Then the Dunedin Hurricane Expo is 5/21. Then the Gulf Coast Jam is the 1st of June. I'm doing a 1st of June special hurricane show from the stages of the Gulf Coast Jam at Panama City Beach. So I'm going to hype that up as the first day of hurricane season. We're going to be doing a special mobile live. And then June the 6th, or June the 5th, I'm flying out with my good friends Tammy Kent and OSR for a huge hurricane presentation in Oklahoma. And then Mike E., I meant to mention, this is what made me think it up. I'll be down in the, Fort Myers June the 11th. We're doing some stuff there and meeting some locals and doing some post-storm stuff. So busy, man. That is my calendar. I need to send you the updated one, Shelly, because it keeps getting added to all the time. Voila. Jennifer, you can get tickets. Yeah, it's busy, Eric. I love it. What's up, James? Yeah, I can still camp. All right, so we're winding down. We're going to talk hurricanes here in a second. But there's your rainfall for 5 days. Almost nothing along the upper Gulf. And this is so classic, man. This is awesome. This is how we started getting into our drought last season. Big old high pressure locked in right there. We'll see if that remains. I posted some graphics I want to talk about from last night. 7-day rains. Let's show you real quick, and then we'll get right into hurricane stuff because that's about all we can talk about. Here's 7-day rain forecast. This is totals. Might not have any rain through the weekend for Florida. Look at out west. They're dry as bone. And there's your 7-day rain. So there you go. Talked about the heat a little bit. We know it's going to be hot all week long. That's just because we got high pressure coming in. So, all right. So hurricane stuff. I got a few models up here. Let me close some windows down. And we'll go right. Well, let's talk about temperatures since I got the temperature map up. So here's today's high temperatures. We already showed hundreds in Texas and 80s all the way up. Tomorrow, about the same. Wednesday, about the same. Florida's starting to see a lot more 90s on Wednesday. Here's Thursday, really getting hot. A lot of 90s across the south and east. And holy cow, man, we got the whole state of Carolina. Carolinas are all 90s on Wednesday, Thursday, right here. Lots of 90s across Florida, hundreds in Texas. Friday, that front starts sneaking through. Not going to make it to Florida. There's 90. Man, it's a week of 90s. Friday, here's Saturday, 91, 91, 91, 91, 92. So it's a hot one, man, through the weekend here for especially the southeast. Here's Saturday, high temps. And then Sunday, this is that secondary front line that might be coming through, maybe. But look, that line that we said that might make it through brings down the temps. But will it make it through Florida? That's your high temperatures on Sunday. and Monday right here. So according to this, doesn't really make it down very far. Maybe the Panhandle gets some cool air from that thing. So maybe a front this weekend that tries to get through the southeast a little bit. All right. So this got posted this week. This is our week ago. This is our Enzo probability. We do have a Google calendar for MWPS, but we got a better one on our new Brew Crew site. I love the new one. Sean from Massachusetts. What's up, buddy? So there's your latest La Nina. We're 100% going into La Nina. This is something I added to the site. This gets updated monthly. Down here, there it is. So there it is. La Nina coming fast and hard. By June, July, August, we will be in La Nina. A lot of chit chat about that. Hurricane forecast came out a couple weeks ago, 10 days ago, if you didn't miss it. Everybody's calling for this. Extremely active hurricane season. All right. So I posted a couple models, and I'm going to show you what that's all about. But if you missed it, everybody's predicting above average. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, I'm vibrating. I got to turn that off because I know it's vibrating the speaker. So anyway, everybody's predicted higher above average season. But I want to show you one graphic that I really like. This one. These are slides off my presentation that I do. But I watched Eric Burris, and there's something called the LRC, and it is a gentleman. I think his name's Gary Lezak, and they study long-range forecasting, and they look at weather patterns almost a year out, a year back, highs and lows, Alaska, polar north. It's a big science about reoccurring weather cycles. Well, anyway, I know this is a big area, but back in 2022, down here in the bottom, you can argue that they did pretty darn good. Lower half of Florida, Central Florida down, and both sides of the coast from Nicole and Ian. Ian went on to affect the Carolinas, so that was, kind of there. And then last year, they moved it up a little bit. We had Idalia, kind of smack dab in the middle of his predictor. Nothing on the East Coast, and then we had a couple little systems affect the Carolinas, and then we had a maybe zone that actually Harold went into. So this year, his prediction is, people say, well, anybody could draw that. I agree. But what it's showing you is this, more than anything, which I want to get into here in a second. It's showing you lower here and more this way, and obviously here. So what does that mean? Well, it means this. We might, there we go. I always hit that button. It means that we might have a stronger high pressure system developing at the Bermuda High, classic with La Nina weather patterns, and that usually means more push west. Now, he didn't highlight anything in Texas. There's a lot of people showing Texas, but compared to last year, he stopped it there in the Big Bend area. This year, this is all added, and it makes sense. La Nina years typically have more Caribbean influence, more Western Gulf influence, more push westward. And the more I study this, the more and more it makes sense. And, we have more chances of these things coming there instead of curving out here. And it makes sense. So, Weather Bell, Joe Bastardi, if you follow him, he's predicting a straight line, Carolinas all the way to the Western Gulf. Their prediction was 25 to 30 storms, way up there. But the Euro's predicting 21 storms. And CSU predicted 23 storms. So Weather Bell's not really that far off, a little more than everybody else, 25 to 30. But that flow you can see here is basically that west push that we see during La Nina years. We'll see. Now I keep closing it. It doesn't work, Mike. All right, so I updated this one with the current graphics. No, it didn't. Why did it not update? Refresh. What is going on? There it is, April. Okay. All right, so this is the graphic I posted yesterday, and I had some haters. I get it. Like, why are you trying to predict that far out? I'm not trying to predict nothing. But the big chitter chatter is, and I'm really curious this year, is this green represents inches above normal in rainfall. And these long-range modeling for the months of August, September, October is a 3-month average of precipitation, and they're all predicting heavier rains across the Indian Ocean that go into Africa. Africa, the rains in Africa, everybody's saying it. The more rains in Africa means it's going to spit out more tropical waves, and these tropical waves eventually make it west. And that's the model that just says, hey, it keeps showing higher precipitation across the MDR, which is the main development region, this whole area right here, and especially Caribbean, which we didn't see much of during El Nino years. So, that's just got everybody, talking. Model temperatures here, Brian McNulty. I love his stuff. I think this is both of his, Alex Borham's graphic and Brian McNulty. This was back in February. The sea surface temperatures where they were during July normally. This is a 30-year average cycle of sea surface temperatures. And then this just got posted last week. Our ocean heat content across this main development region, April 8th, here, that arrow pointing right here, is typically where we see it in July. Now, last year, it was in June about the same spot. So we're still almost 2 months ahead of schedule where that temperature was last year. Now, last year was this top line. It was really warm last year. 30-year average is the blue line. So this is this thing's, talking. Bay News 9 water map here showing temperatures 81. We got a couple 82s now. Usually tropical systems only need 80 degrees on sea surface temperatures. And here's your water anomaly map off of Tropical Tidbits. This has been steady orange and yellow the whole year. This is a lot more warmer average water than what we normally see this time of year. And this is what we talked a lot about is this graph. Does this graph stay like this compared to other years, or does the graph catch up and slow down and become that? Because really it only matters what it is about here in August, September, October. So, water temperatures now, yeah, they're hot. Big curiosity is going to be what happens in June and July. Does this spread remain the same, or does the, whatever. So that's, kind of discussing that. But anyway, the map that I put out, you can find it. This is the one that got a lot of people buzzing yesterday. TropicalTidbits.com. If you go to climate, go to SIPs here, and you can click on monthly total anomalies, and this is what they're predicting for April. Things are dry, a lot of wind shear. Things are, still transitioning. But once we get into May and then June, we can start to see green. Green's above normal precipitation. And then July really starts kicking here. August, September, October. Now this down here, you don't want to see a lot of stuff brewing in October down here because early season storms, let's just say August, for example. Early season storms, we have a strong high pressure. We don't have any fronts coming down. So anything here has a better chance of going more west because we don't have any influence of fronts. This is where, we could see action that hasn't seen it in a while because we don't have fronts that time of year, and we have more ability for storms to develop because of La Nina. So definitely what I feel and can see is, Texas and the East Coast has not had much to watch lately, but if this high sets up, then we could definitely see more of a chance. Florida's always in the mix. It just seems that way. Then you go to October, this could be, troublesome down here. Anything it starts going. The reason this is dry, these are fronts that start coming down. This is an anomaly map, but this just shows you that there's going to be a lot of juice down there brewing. And these storms typically turn because of frontal influence. So October, this is the spot to watch typically for the southeast and even Caribbean areas for things down here. So that precipitation model, and you can look at water anomalies, thermodynamics, sea surface anomalies. I mean, this is just kind of showing you what it's predicting for water temps. So basically anything white's normal, anything yellow and orange is above normal. Here's July, here's August, September, October, November, then December. But you can see the predictions of water temperatures are going to be 1 to 2 degrees Celsius above normal. And then there's another, CFS is another modeling map. Here's September water temperatures way above normal. And August too. This is August. So both different models, two different ways of thinking, kind of like your GFS and Euro. You got CFS prediction models and the SIPS models, and they're both showing really higher than normal water temperatures across August, September, October. So we will see. Right? We will see. We will see. People get wrapped up in numbers, trust me. I don't try to hype anything. But anyway, all right, so that's that. Correct. Yep, Mikey. Yep. I mean, and I might as well show this. I show it all the time, but I love showing this kind of stuff. So last year, I showed this last night. Why won't this thing get out of here? I'll just go there. Typical El Nino year, 2023. Last year, a lot of wind shear across from the Pacific usually means there's not a lot of activity in the Caribbean. Anything out here enters this shear, comes across the Atlantic, usually runs into all this wind shear, dissipates, has a hard time going. We always see a sneaky storm around the top side. We talk about it all the time. But this is the zone to concentrate on. This is why we don't get a lot of action in the Gulf. We have those little pop-up sneaky Idalia and Michael that did the same thing. But then we go to 2020, and that was right here. And all you got to do is compare it. Watch. 23, 20. Lack of wind shear, way more development. And this is the area that to really watch is this middle part of the Atlantic. 23, most of the stuff was in the Atlantic because we had a weaker Bermuda high. And then 2020, we had a lot more of the action that got pushed west. So that definitely seems possible that more storms, regardless of how many, will have better opportunity to be more into the Caribbean and Western Atlantic. And I put Hunter to sleep. He could care less. Anyway, when I turn off my ringer, I always forget to turn it back on. Sometimes I'll go a day. People get mad at me. That's okay. Mad. All right. R.E. Riggs, good morning. Scott, good morning. Oh, galley. Extra cup of coffee? I don't think so. I'm pretty wired today. So there you go. We're going to be live on Wednesday again. Appreciate you tuning in. We will... Corey wants to know if storms move faster during La Nina. Well, they could because of the strong Bermuda high. Low-level winds push along systems. You know, when they don't have anything to run up against. I guess, it all comes down to the lower level winds and, development of any high, how fast, the steering currents are. So, yeah, that would be a good assumption. I mean, yeah. I can see that. That's a good question. But, yeah, it makes sense to me. MJO during the season. Teresa, hey, what's up? Well, they're already. Joe Bastardi was talking about it today. Toward May here, we were getting into an enhanced phase of the MJO here. You can see it in the green. And anything that tries to pop over or hang out in the Caribbean could have a little more favorable conditions as we get into May. Very common to get systems in May. So yeah, this, I always look at that, obviously. They're talking about a strong trough over the, or let's take a look at the water maps here real quick. You can see some of this juice coming across. It kind of curves up a little bit, but that's a 60. Hang on. So you can see leftover there. But anytime you get, see, there's that Keisha, if you're still around, here's next Tuesday. There's some of that juice that's gonna might push its way towards y'all in the Central America here. And these are the little areas sometimes can get popping, especially when you get a front that lingers. This is over. This is a 10. This is long ways out. This is too far out to be looking, but anyway, you start to see a little more action coming across the Caribbean. It won't be long before we'll get our first tropical wave. All right, so that's about it. Don't forget, we got our big cruise coming up. I posted earlier today. If you didn't see it, so many people don't know about it, but we have our 4th annual cruise coming up. It's on a brand new ship called the Utopia of the Seas. We have a lot of weather-themed fun and activities and a lot of casual fun activities, and we all hang out, meet, and have a good time. All of our MWP family is phenomenal. Shelly, Phil, Julie, and the girls, we all go, but we also meet y'all, and it's tons of fun. This year, we're moving it to June. We're staying away from spring break, so we're in June 2nd next year, 2025. A lot of time to plan, so all the information's on the website there, and you can get a hold of Kim, email Kim for a quote or fill out a form, and she will get right back to you. She's phenomenal and help you get. There's a little group picture we did with Dan, the cruise director. It was a lot of fun. So, cool. All right, well, listen, we will be back on Monday of next week, but Wednesday of this week. And I think I'm missing. I might. Wait a minute. Tuesday. Is the summit Tuesday? I might miss a week from Wednesday. I can't remember when the summit is. But anyway, that's next week. This week will be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. How about that? All right. Cool. Pinch of Penny's coming here in a minute. My pool pump motor went out. I'm hoping it's the motor. Taking the truck to Goodyear and then going to see Mom. Mom's still, now they moved her to rehab. So she had a back vertebrae, crushed vertebrae. She's in a lot of pain, but she's doing great mentally. So thanks to everybody that keeps asking. So we'll hang out with her in a little while. It's April 15th, tax day. Oh boy. So lots of stuff's going on. All right, we'll see y'all Wednesday, okay? We got the Brew Crew still on board. Everybody else, we will see ya. All right, have a great day. Enjoy this little break in weather. Unless you are in the middle of the U.S., we got big storms. It's Reed Timmer season. He is all geared up for storm chasing. But I did buy a mount for my Starlink. I can't wait. I think it comes tomorrow. I did buy a flat mount antenna for my truck because I have Starlink. But they got some really cool flat mount antennas now. New toy to play with. So have a great day, everybody.